Good morning everyone. Welcome to Banao Bharat's Tuesday Trading for Living live session. We are about 1 hour 15 minutes into the trade now. Nifty has opened at around 17,800. From there on, the opening trend has been on the downside. It made a low of 17,636. Currently trading at 17,708. So the opening movement on the Nifty has been on the downside, opens at 800 and goes down to 636, comes and trades at around 17,700 now. But if you see the overall context, I would say though the Nifty trend is on the downside, it is now gone into the sideways movement. So it might take a while for the new levels to establish, and currently the Nifty is sandwiched between 17,800 and 17,522. This is the broad range that we are seeing on the intraday charts for Nifty today, at 17,995 on the higher side and 17,522 on the lower side. Intraday range is between 17,802 and 17,636. So this is the chart of Nifty as of now. Bank Nifty also, opening trend has been on the lower side, opens at around 40,949, goes up to 40,470, about 500 points range, and now currently trades at 40,700. If you see the overall range for the Bank Nifty, it is, I would say, between today's high of 40,949 to yesterday's low of 39,736. So just a second. So this is the Bank Nifty chart. Currently trading at 40,675. Before we move into other stocks, we will quickly look into the Adani Group stocks that are there in the F&O. We are tracking only the F&O market and we are not tracking the cash market. So in F&O there are about 150 scripts. So we will have a close watch on, not even on those 150 scripts, but many filters we put wherein we do not track stocks which are below 100. We do not track stocks which are above 2000, and we do not track stocks that are having low volumes, and we don't track some of the stocks which are having wild fluctuations or absolutely no volume at all. So after having put few filters, it becomes easy for you to watch the market from a proper lens and keep your focus restricted to only few scripts. And of course most of our time will be on Nifty and Bank Nifty. That is where the most volume is, that is where the most players are, that is where the most movement is, that is where the most potential also is. So one of the aspect of how do we filter stocks is what we teach in Trading for Living program. What is that? You need to have parameters on identifying whether this stock can be traded or not, in terms of volumes, in terms of price actions, in terms of the price itself, how high priced or how low priced it is, in terms of margin required. Sometimes you would see some of the F&O stocks will require very high margin if you have to take any long or short positions. Then there is no point in being in a stock which has got additional margins imposed by National Stock Exchange. So we need to keep track of those things also. Do not be in the stocks that are having very high margins. If you take all of these parameters into account, I would say it is for a day trader, for a retail trader, for a trader with small capital, it is always safer to be with Nifty and Bank Nifty. So having said that, we will look into the Adani Group stocks. What is it doing? ACC, well, it is in the sideways movement today. No big fall, no big gains. Currently trading at 1969. Made a high of, it is currently towards the day's high of 67. It has come up from 1898, which means it has moved about 60 to 70 rupees from morning. This is on the whole, you would say ACC has been taking a breather for whole of yesterday and even today. So the fall has stopped in ACC. This is the stock of Adani Enterprises. Opened at 3055, came down to 2930, now back to 3048. So which means, like, Adani also has stopped falling. There is no new lows. Yesterday we saw, like, Adani Enterprises made a new low of 2680. From there on it started making a pullback. Today there is no great movement as such as of now, but you can see, like, these 4-5 candles which have been formed since morning, they are having some kind of a sideways movement. So any sideways movement, any consolidation is a platform for the next big move, either on the upside or on the downside. So having seen the levels, like, if you have to really compulsively buy on intraday basis, Adani Enterprises has a breakout at 3364 and has a support at 2680. This is the chart of Adani Enterprises, currently trading at 3040. Next, Adani Ports also has stopped falling, has made a low of 592 and currently trading at 625. You could say here last 4, 5, 6 candles has been again in the sideways movement. So most of the Adani stocks today are in sideways movement. The sideways movement have started yesterday itself. You could see in ACC there was no new low. You could see in Adani Ports there is no new low yesterday and even today. And this is the chart of Ambuja. Ambuja also was slightly weak yesterday, but then it made a pullback and again today it is in the sideways movement. It is stuck between the range. The shock of Hindenburg report is getting absorbed now. The initial reaction was a panic reaction. Market in a knee-jerk reaction, it has fallen for 2-3 days continuously and in a massive way. So the range has been wide now. If you take a 1-day range or a 2-day range or a 3-day range or a 5-day range, if you see, then the range is very, very big in all of these Ambuja stocks or all of these Adani stocks, as well as in most of the high liquid stocks. So this is the chart of Ambuja, currently trading at 409. On the whole, if you have to see, the Adani stocks that are there in F&O are today in sideways movement. There is no big downfall and at the same time there is no big push either. Even in terms of volume, volumes have come down. If you see any of these stocks, if you watch Ambuja Cement's volume on day before yesterday, it was so high, and yesterday it was negligible volumes compared to day before yesterday, and today also the volumes are very, very, very insignificant, I would say, compared to the breakdown levels on Jan 29th. Volume analysis of Adani Ports, it has been having sufficiently decent volumes on all 3 days. It is around at the same levels of about 1.5 to 2 million shares in every candle. Adani Enterprises volumes are also in the range of 1 million shares in every candle. So 1 million shares means it is about 10 lakh shares. On an average, you would see, like, about 1 lakh shares being traded, 10 lakh shares being traded every 15 minutes. This is the chart of ACC. ACC volumes were not significant day before yesterday. It was low yesterday also, and today also it is little low. So on the whole, if you see, direct Adani stocks like Adani Ports and Adani Enterprises have the same kind of volumes, but when it comes to ACC and Ambuja Cement, volumes have reduced. So any decision making, you have to keep in mind, you have to have volume in your mind as well as the price action. So you have to keep in mind what is the price action that is happening and also what is the volume in each of the candles. So having said that, this is the Adani Group stocks. Let us go into some of the banking stocks and see if anything happening in the banking stocks. Axis Bank opened at 880, came down to 867, currently trading at 862. On the whole, it is within the range and in the sideways movement. Bank of Baroda opens at around 164 levels, goes up. Very smooth trend is visible in Bank of Baroda. Good green candles are being formed. Watch out for the stock. this might give a revised buy levels. Currently the buy level is at 171. It might give revised buy levels, so wait for that. This is the chart of Canara Bank doing well. From the yesterday's low onwards of 285, it is currently moved to 303. So which means, like, you know, a good 15 rupees movement in the last, I would say, like, you know, post lunch yesterday as well as today morning opening session. Then HDFC opens at 2677, comes down to 2641, currently trading at 2649. Intraday trend is looking slightly on the weaker side, but on the overall, if you see, it is still in the sideways movement. HDFC Bank, same. On the intraday front, it is having the downward trajectory, but on the whole, this is having support at 1592, having a breakout level at 1634. ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank opens at 834, comes down very quickly to 820, currently trading towards the day's low of 820. Current price is 824. You can see a breakout level at the opening candle high of 834, and if it comes down to 802, then you can say it is getting weaker. Kotak Bank, well, opens within the range of 1739 and 1696. Not much movement, just currently trading at 1731. Let us see SBI quickly before we move on. SBI having a smooth trend on the upside, currently trading at 555 after yesterday's new low of 529, currently trading at 555. So looks like banks have bottomed, at least for the near term, at least for this week, at least for the budget session. So tomorrow being the budget, and also we have Fed policy, it would be good to be on the lighter side with respect to your positions, and if you see any good opportunities, only then you can go ahead and do the trading. So this is the chart of SBI. On the whole, the banking stocks are doing well. With respect to PSU banks are doing well, like Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank and SBI. These are the three banks which are doing well, at least on the intraday time frame, and they are still within the overall broad range that has been formed in the last 2 to 3 days since the Hindenburg report. It might take a while for this data to get smoothened and the new levels to get formed. Until then, do not be in a hurry to aggressively take any positions, keeping in mind also the fact that there is budget thing coming up. If you are an intraday trader, then you have no much issues or no much concerns to take care of. You just have to close your positions before 3:30 and go home and take a fresh view tomorrow as the budget is introduced. So that's it for now. If you're liking the content, then let us, subscribe this channel. Let us, before winding up, once again we will look into the Bank Nifty chart. Bank Nifty 40,827, 40,949 looks to be the breakout level, and here we have 17,725 will, yes, now the breakout level is changing to 17,802. So the new breakout levels are visible in Nifty and Bank Nifty. Check out for intraday trades. If these stocks move up, then you have some good movement on the upside after 2 to 3 days of big falls. If today on an intraday time frame, if it is giving a call, then you will very quickly see some quick gains. Have a strict stop loss and trade. Do not enter into any trade without the stop loss in mind. Always, before you enter into any trade, you should have the stop loss in mind. So having said that, let us again meet tomorrow for the budget live session. Until then, Om Swasti.